Good afternoon, online students. My name is Mr. Kyle Clapper, and I'm going to be your U.S. History Honors teacher this year. Obviously, this is kind of a unique experience with us kind of having this online course and not meeting in person like we do with most of your other courses. But for reasons, we need to have this type of course offered so to meet your graduation requirements. Like I said, my name is Kyle Clapper, and I've been a teacher here at Montverde Academy for 11 years, and I've been teaching U.S. history my entire time. This class is going to be a little unique. We're not going to have online sessions like we did before. Obviously, we can have Teams conferences. We can have conversations to make sure you're up to speed on all the materials. But what you need to understand, this is pretty much a self-driven course that's going to require you to complete a significant amount of work because it's being an online course and we're not really having those in-person sessions of learning. So the first thing I kind of want to draw your attention to today is taking to your syllabus. This is your U.S. History Honors page, kind of a rundown of everything. We'll talk about the teams, chapters, textbooks, all the different things, lesson plans and stuff like that. But let's bring your attention to the syllabus because that's really the main objective for today. So here's your syllabus. Please take your time to kind of go over it and stuff like that. We're going to go over it briefly, but just be aware that you will be responsible for knowing this information. As you may or may not know already, I don't know when you have seen this recording, but what you're going to have to complete on Friday is a online quiz covering this material. Now, speaking of quizzes and tests and assessment, they're obviously going to be open note because you won't be in front of me and I won't have the opportunity to prevent you from using your notes. You're going to have a chance to use your notes on all assessments. The situation with that is that every single assessment will be timed. Typically, depending on the types of questions, I give between 30 seconds and a minute per question, depending on the question itself. So please realize that you are going to have a quiz on this syllabus this Friday, and if it's 10 questions, you'll have maybe 5 minutes to 8 minutes to complete that quiz. Studying is still going to be a very important thing. You can't just simply expect to look on your notes and find all the answers because you will run out of time. Those of you that get extended time, you will receive that extended time, but you will still need to complete it in the time granted. Moving into the syllabus, there's my email, 2-semester course, all those. That's the best way to get a hold of me is through email or through Teams. And then going on to the materials themselves, what you need to have for this class. So you need to have a notebook. You need to be writing in blue or black pen. Whenever you do take notes, there might be a chance for you to share those notes with me. They need to be handwritten notes. You are to not type your notes whatsoever. You need to handwrite them. Obviously, being a fully online class, you don't need to worry about your iPad being charged because we're not having those in-person sessions. Class overview, textbooks right there. I'll show you where to get your textbook when we're at that point. Note-taking, we'll talk more about that. Obviously, student expectations, I don't think respect is going to be a problem, but when we do those online discussions using the discussion board, you need to be respectful because there will be opportunities for you to share your opinion, and we want to make sure we always do so in a very necessary and very respectful way. There's your apps. Please make sure that you have all these apps downloaded. You can receive all these apps using the self-service of your iPad. And if you're using a computer, you will be able to download those to your computer using Canvas and Socrative and stuff like that. Online check-ins. We will have at least 2 online check-ins per week. And what those online check-ins will work is that randomly I will create an assignment. Obviously, between Monday and Friday. And that assignment, you'll have a 24-hour time period to look at that assignment and complete it. Now, this assignment it won't take you hours and hours to complete. But what it will do is to make sure that you are checking Canvas every single day. You need to check Canvas Monday through Friday every single week. You don't have to check it over the weekends. That's up to you. But Monday through Friday, you need to be logging into Canvas at least once a time. And I highly suggest you log in the morning and take a look at things, and you log in the afternoon. And then I will have those assignments posted. So if you do one of those 2 things, checking on Canvas Monday through Friday, you will never miss an assignment. It could be simple as answering a question or coming up with a question yourself, or it could be simply doing a video recording or whatever it may be. It's not going to be a very difficult assignment, but it is going to be an assignment you have to complete within 24 hours. Have to. There's no exceptions to this. I'm very, very particular when it comes to deadlines. You need to meet those deadlines. You are responsible for this class and making sure that you complete the necessary work. This is not, as it says there, not intended to catch my students, to catch you in not checking things, but you have got to check Canvas and Teams on a daily basis. We will also have at times, my goal is to once or twice a week, I will record myself discussing the more difficult concepts that we discuss. This is a honors level course, and you will have more difficult ideas that you're supposed to discuss and talk about and kind of reflect upon. Within those required lectures, you will have questions that you're expected to answer about these conversations. Now, they will be an assignment that is posted, lecture questions or discussion questions, and you will be expected to answer this. Now, the thing is, I will not be writing those questions inside the assignment. Those questions will be found within the lecture that I give you. So you'll have to go back and listen to the lecture to find those questions. I won't tell you how many questions. I won't tell you the length of the question. There will be nothing inside that assignment. Again, this is not to catch you, but to ensure that you are viewing the entire lecture. I'm not going to say throughout the lecture you're going to have 3 questions or 1 question or 5 questions or any of that type of stuff. You will just have to watch the whole thing and get those questions. Now, the thing is, you don't have to worry about missing the question because you can go back and watch the videos. Every single video that I post will be posted to YouTube, so you can simply go back and forth and view the lecture and listen to the question and stuff like that. And, if you know people in the class, you can gladly work with them on those questions. With saying that, you need to make sure that you are doing this on your own. You can do work together, but you have to have unique answers. Every single typed assignment, basically every single question assignment will be typed. Outside of the notes that I might have you turn in, every single assignment you create will have notes or will be required to be typed using Word, and then you will upload that document. I'm going to show you probably in a video tomorrow how to upload things using your tablet or using your computer, but please make sure that you are typing everything. If you don't type it, you won't receive credit. With that said, every single assignment that you type and submit will be scanned against Turnitin and plagiarism. We're going to discuss plagiarism at a later date, but what you need to know is that I don't want to catch anybody in the act of plagiarism. So please make sure that you're creating your own unique work. If you need to cite the material, we're going to talk about MLA format tomorrow. And if you have any questions about plagiarism, please come talk to me. You're going to have, in this class, you're going to have tests and quizzes that could be unannounced and the same sort of thing. Those quizzes could give you a 24-hour time period to complete it. You need to be checking Canvas daily. I would check in the morning, I would check in the afternoon. But it's going to be a limited time, and if you miss it, you don't get the points. It's your responsibility. Now, tests, on the other hand, they will always be announced, but you're going to have a 24-hour window to complete it. 24-hour window. So if I tell you there's a test on Friday, you're going to have 24 hours to complete that test. Quiz on Friday. If I say it's an unannounced quiz, it'll be open from the morning. It'll be open till the next day's morning. So you have 24 hours to complete it. Test will consist of multiple choice, true and false, fill in the blank, all those types of things, including essay. Same sort of thing. There'll be typed responses, and they will be checked against Turnitin, our plagiarism software. And they will be open note, but they will be timed. They will definitely be timed. So don't think you're just going to look at your notes. History reflections, basically those where you state your opinion on what you believe, and what you're thinking about. Discussion post, you'll be putting maybe not necessarily your opinion, but you'll answer a question, and then you're going to be responding back to other students' responses. Quizzes, I just kind of know, so like the same sort of thing as tests, but they're going to be announced and unannounced, and reading an outline, there's taking notes, and we'll talk about that at a later date. Here is the breakdown of your percentage grades. I use a point-based system, and this is the standard MVA grading guidelines. All this information can be found within the syllabus section of Canvas. Next, we're going to go over to home page here. Description of the course. Okay. Actually, that's the old description. I got to update that a little bit. My apologies. Like I said, this is a fully online course. There's not going to be online, but there will be digital recordings and stuff like that. There will also be, as I forgot to mention, like for the discussions, you're going to be required to record yourself answering questions. Simply taking your tablet, taking your computer, flipping the camera around, and answering a question, verbally. Maybe you don't have to write it down that time. So those types of things are definitely going to be required. There is the team join code. You can just click on this link, and then there's the team code. Everyone will be in this, and it'll be a great place to communicate or ask questions. There's the lesson plans, your grade link, assignment, tests and quizzes, textbook, course syllabus, files, when I have files, links, and the educational apps, all that kind of stuff. All right. We will have an assignment that I will post kind of as a check-in. It's not necessarily going to be a like a 24-hour check-in. I'm going to give people a few days to complete it, but it's simply going to be an assignment post, you stating your name, okay, and that you fully understand everything stated in the syllabus, and if you have any questions, please ask them. And then I will address those questions, either through the comments of that assignment or through making a post like I am now, okay? Speaking of these kind of posts, I will be putting them obviously inside the announcements section, and I will also be uploading them to files, as long as they're not too big in file size, and posting them to YouTube. With that said, let's talk about your first assignment. And this assignment is due August 26th, which is, I believe, Thursday. Yep, Thursday morning it's due. Click on that. You are telling me a story. Obviously, me getting to know you in this class is going to be rather difficult because I don't get to see you. But what I can do is for you to get to know me through the internet, as we can call it. We have an opportunity here to learn a great deal about history, but also to learn a great deal about ourselves. What you're going to be doing here is you're going to be telling me a story. Not a story about you coming to Montverde or your travels to Montverde, but a unique story. A story that kind of tells something about yourself. It could be a funny story, a sad story, an interesting story, an obscure story, anything about that. You are telling me this story so I get to know you a little bit better. This is not something that you'll have to share or will be allowed to be seen by anybody else, but it is a story that helps me get to know you. Like with anything, you need to, with a written assignment, always use MLA format. I'm going to click on that, MLA format. Actually, I'm going to let it bring up. There we go. Here is MLA format, okay? This gives you a great rundown of what I expect. Obviously, your story will be not this long. It'll be significantly shorter, but this is how I want it set up. The header aligned here. My name, it would be Mr. Kyle Clapper. Your name, the name of the class, U.S. History Honors Online, and obviously today's date. The title, and then the body paragraph. Okay, this is something that you have access to. Another beautiful thing, if you are using your app, and I can show you on here, I can't show you on the tablet just yet. I'm going to go to Word, because remember, everything is done in Word. You will notice that they have templates, and it's the same sort of thing when it comes to the tablet, the same sort of thing. So what I want to show you is that there's actually a MLA template in here. There's AP style, and maybe they don't have, they definitely do have it. Let me look, search here, MLA. Oh, they don't in this, oh, there it is, right there. So I just ran a search for it, and there is the MLA style paper. You could use either of these two, or they're basically, you could see they're basically the same thing. And I'm gonna click on this, create, and obviously I'm gonna replace all this information. I don't wanna see last name up here. Replace all this information. Obviously I'm going to delete everything here because it's not my writing, update the title, and this is it. And this is the same sort of thing for your tablets. So you have an MLA template. And then obviously I'm going to save this document and write the story. We'll talk, or I will address this a little bit greater detail tomorrow through a video kind of conversation, but that's something you can start working on today. So you have 2 assignments. You are gonna have the syllabus check-in assignment, letting me know that you fully understand the syllabus and any questions you have about it. And you can start working on the My History assignment that is already posted. Like with anything, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to have a conversation with me or send me a Teams message, and I look forward to reading your stories. I will talk to you and maybe even see you tomorrow. Take care.